In the shadowed corners of Chloria, our adventurers regroup after a harrowing encounter. Albus, Reuven, and Phalis have braved treacherous waters, but what awaits them when they return to their companion Drock? Secrets linger and the stakes rise higher than ever. Welcome to Narrative Tales, where we transform our epic tabletop adventures into immersive audio stories, dive into captivating narratives filled with daring quest, intense battles, and rich character development. Each episode brings our thrilling campaigns to life, offering a unique blend of storytelling and fantasy. Whether you're a fan of immersive tales or enjoy epic adventures, Narrative Tales delivers excitement and drama straight to your ears. Subscribe and join us on this journey through fantastical worlds, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest episodes. Last session, Albus and Reuven, along with Phalis, had a chance to do some bonding without Drock. While Drock presumably moped in the tavern, they went on a mission to retrieve some important documents, which included traveling to Chloria's sister city, Overmont, where they were supposed to get information and acquire some transportation to a sunken merchant vessel located some distance outside of the city. While they were in Overmont, they found a small tourist tavern where they enjoyed some very unique drinks and acquired some seahorses and headed towards the site. Arriving at the ship, Albus made his way on it while Reuven and Phalis stayed back. The documents were retrieved, and as Albus was departing the ship, he was fortunately saved by the deep singer whale they had met earlier from a large beast that attempted to make him his next meal. Unfortunately, the commotion stirred up some Zeratoidi, and after defeating them, the party headed back to dry land to retrieve their reward. I'm trying something new with this, at least I think I am, because I'm currently reading from the script on the screen. Fourth wall break, am I right? Anyways, this will be public long after this is recorded because we are so far ahead of schedule, so I won't know what any of you are going to say in the comments. Either way, let me know if you like it this way. Also, this is my first time writing a script based on a recording of our session rather than from memory, as they all have been up until this point. So this video will likely be totally different than any of the other previous ones altogether. Hey me in the future. Anyways, enough rambling, let's get into today's story. We open now on the same evening with the party heading back to the tavern to reconvene back with Drock. We take a small break from the main party to a corner of Earth. A small corner of the school normally used as a study area is now blocked at its entrance by a shimmering wall. Behind it is Drock, sitting, head held low. A familiar Arlel is pacing back and forth. What were you thinking? I don't know. You went by yourself on some grand attempt at self-recovery in the woods. Got yourself into a fight you couldn't win, and somehow you better be glad somebody came and got me. You look terrible. If it makes you feel any better, I feel terrible. Well, back at the tavern, Albus receives a message from Arlel. Hey, I need you to come to the school to talk some sense into your friend while I handle something. Please get here soon. I'm on my way. The party looks to Albus out of confusion. Drock's in bad shape. We need to head to Earth to see him. The party, arriving at the school at night, finds the door unlocked. Stepping in, they see Arlel and the scene described previously. Arlel greets them. Look, he went out on some adventure. He got hurt. He was bitten by a large snake, an amphisbane, I believe. He's not doing so good, and he's in this self-loathing state. You need to talk some sense into him. I have him trapped for a reason. When he woke up, he attempted to fight. I had to command him over in that corner and trap him behind that wall. In the meantime, I have some business I need to attend to. I'll let you all deal with that, and I'll be back shortly. The party turns to Drock, and Reuven is the first to speak up. So, let me get this straight. I was gone for one night. One night. Everything goes bad. Me and you, looking at Albus, almost get killed by some underwater creature, and I saved you. Now we have Sassy Britches that is upset about something that I have no clue about. What happened? Albus piping up. Well, first off, what happened? I don't know what you want me to tell you. Where did you go? I don't remember a whole lot. After I left you guys, I just kind of started walking. I kept walking. Somebody had told me that something was nearby. I ran into the woods, and then I woke up here. So my question is, why? Remember, I showed up at the tavern and you were sitting in the bar by yourself and moody the entire time. Albus, did you tell him? He's been drunk the entire time. It skipped my mind if I'm being frank. I haven't seen him sober since y'all tied me to a chair and slapped me around. So, while all you were gone, Reuven, we did one of the tasks we were given a while back. And it was to go help a nearby farmer who was experiencing some trouble with his cattle being mutilated. We wandered out into the woods, and we found this standoffish man that did not want anything to do with me and Phelis, would barely communicate with Albus, then all of a sudden transformed into this werewolf-type creature. He attempted to attack Albus, and in a mad rage, me, Phelis, and Albus murdered him. After that, his child walked through the door of the cabin that he wouldn't let us in. We learned from his wife that he had only been trying to provide for his family. So, I am in a moral dilemma. I think the whole point of me going on this self-loathing adventure was less self-loathing and more redemption. I murdered a possibly innocent man, and for no reason. This is not what the Wardens are about, and it's not what Artemis ever wanted for me. And I'm having a hard time finding a reason that you all still need me. Let's be totally clear, he wasn't entirely innocent. He still stole from a family. It would be different if he was just killing wild animals, but he killed cattle that he hadn't paid for. That's still considered theft. That's not what's important, Albus. I understand, but you're making it seem like we went out there, found some innocent man, and just killed him. That's essentially what happened. The only thing that made it justifiable was that he attacked you. Hold on, time out. I know I haven't been in this group long, but when we met, you killed how many guys at the party and didn't think twice about it? They were your friends. Correct. But in the grand scheme of things, they all had wives, kids, families, and other obligations that they never brought up. But the one monstrous thing you come across, you're hung up on that. You ever heard the saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes? Well, yeah, why do you think I'm here? Well, your guys played the game, and their stupid prize was death. At this point, behind them, a flash of purple emanating from Arlel's quarters is seen by the party. Arlel steps out. Behind her, stepping out, adorned in decorated half-plate armor, a man follows her out of the room. The footsteps can be heard reverberating across the hard floor as Artemis follows closely behind Arlel. Artemis steps to the shimmering wall. What's gotten into you, boy? I went against everything we stand for, and I don't know how to live with myself. You know, I've made many mistakes myself. He looks towards Phelis. You can ask him, he'll tell you. You're not perfect. You never will be perfect. You just have to use your best judgment. And considering the circumstances, you did. How do I make myself believe it then? Well, that's the funny part. You never really do. The only thing you can do is pick up your pride and move on, and try not to make the same mistakes. So what am I supposed to do now? Leave here and pretend I'm okay? I feel like death. I look like death. I'm in pain. I don't know what to do anymore. You know what you're supposed to do. You have a job. Get back to it. Now, I have to be getting back. Arlel, if you wouldn't mind. I have some guests that I assume pertain to your recent actions that I have to go deal with. All I ask is that you take care of them. I will. You can let him out now. Arlel brings the shimmering wall down. I'll put you back in if I need to. I don't think you'll need to. Arlel and Artemis gather themselves, and Arlel teleports them back. A short time later, she comes back. Reuven, taking all this in, looks at Drock. Well, Drock, I think you deserve a drink, but I can think of 100 different things better than sitting here moping. The party, gathering their things, grabs Drock and begins heading out of Earth to find a drink and some much-needed rest. On their way through the darkened city streets of Cloria, pressing through a small square where city streets and alleys converge through some archways, a voice is heard. Through the dimly lit area, it's hard to make out the figure that the voice came from. Drock. Vandarin steps out from the darkness from the street behind the square flanked by 2 crimson blades. He looks at Drock. You costed me a lot of gold, Drock. I warned you to stay out of my business. Your interference will stand no longer. Reuven, it's time for you to come back with us. You see, the thing about that is, I don't think that's going to work out too well for me and my new friends. Okay. You see, the difference between them and you would be the lack of demanding on their side. The more so, do you want to? Well, no matter. If you choose to lose your life fighting with this man, that's your choice, but tell me, do they know about you yet? I think this is where you stop talking and start putting your actions with your words. I protected you, you know. You used me as a pawn, thinking you had the upper hand because of your plethora of information. Well, that doesn't change anything. I sent a crew to the compound to ensure that the warden's name will die off. No more will ever be created. I'll give you one last chance, Drock, as a courtesy to an old friend. Leave my city, never to return again. Go and live however you choose. Or die here. In the pouch that Drock keeps Vandaren's pendant in, a bright red glow begins emanating out of the area. Vandaren notices and understands what it means. He acknowledges and continues to speak. Vandaren? Vandaren looks to Phalos. Another look of understanding comes across his face. Drock reaches slowly for his dagger on his side. He takes it and sticks it to Vandaren's chin and looks to the rest of the party. Boys, I think it's a good day to die. Reuven readies his throwing stars. Albus releases a spell at Vandaren, but it seems to have no effect. Vandaren takes his staff and strikes Drock twice, making Drock's muscles lock up in place. Vandaren's crimson blades come to the flank of Phalos and Reuven, striking them hard. Looking around, the party notices 2 more crimson blades come from the dark street behind them. Reuven, ignoring the hit he just took, steps to Vandaren and attacks him, dealing a heavy blow. From a darkened rooftop located behind the party, 2 bolts come and strike one of the crimson blades behind them. Vandaren takes this time to deal a final blow against the weakened Drock. Drock falls unconscious. At this point, as Drock's body lays limply on the ground, the pendant around his neck begins to glow a light blue. As it glows, it becomes brighter and brighter by the passing moment. A bright flash of light emanates from Drock's chest and forces the crimson blades to be thrown to the building walls behind him. Vandaren is thrown back into the alleyway that he had came from. The 3 bodies are unmoving. As the party gathers themselves, Drock comes back to consciousness. Reuven exits the sphere centered from Drock's pendant with Albus and begins advancing towards where Vandaren was thrown. From behind, a figure once concealed by the darkness of the rooftop sees the last 2 crimson blades scurry off in fear and jumps from their hiding spot and begins walking up to the party to investigate. Reuven, ensuring the job is finished, walks up to Vandaren's still form and retrieves a dagger. He places it under Vandaren's jaw, and as Vandaren opens his eyes, he forces the blade in, turns it, and then quickly retrieves the sack which presumably contains what he was originally owed for the job. He turns around, seeing this once unseen figure. And who are you? I am Mors Sequitur. As the figure steps toward the party, it is hard to make out exactly what the figure looks like, but his eyes carry an unnatural snake-like appearance. He wields 2 hand crossbows. Drock, coming back to consciousness, begins looking around and observing the scene in front of him. Reuven, looking towards the figure. You tried to help do away with Vandaren and his clowns. Looking towards Drock. You didn't die. You're welcome. It appears that you may need some talent, and I need some help. Drock, meagerly speaking up. What made you decide to help us? You look like you needed the help. It appears that you are lacking the aforementioned talent. Well, that one is the newest to the group, looking towards Reuven. The other one is a half-wit wizard, and I'm a half-dead warden. So as far as I'm concerned, we could use all the help we can get. If you'd like to join us, we could use you. I would like to join you, but I need your help. While this conversation is taking place, Albus is burning the remnants from the battle. Drock looks at Reuven. We had a deal. You get me Vandaren and I get you what you are owed, then you can leave. That you did, but on the account that I helped save all of you and this guy needs our help. Do you want me to go? What do you know about the ones he sent to Artemis? About as much as you. Mors speaking up. I don't know you, but based on what I've seen, it's for the best that you stay. I'm fine with it as long as Albus is fine with it. Then that settles that. The party, gathering themselves, quickly makes their way back to Upuk's Earth. Arriving there, Aurelil is surprised to see them. What's going on? You just left. Albus speaks up. I need you to get us to Artemis as quickly as possible. What? Why? Vandaren sent some guys to do away with him. We need to go now. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm out of the spells needed to do that. You'll have to wait for the morning. With Vandaren vanquished and the immediate threat quelled, the party gathers to reassess their journey. Drock emerges from the shadows of his self-doubt, greeted by friends who refuse to abandon him. Yet, a new ally, Mors, joins them, hinting at further challenges that lie ahead. As they turn towards their next adventure, the themes of redemption and camaraderie echo in their minds. What does it mean to forgive oneself, to stand united against darkness? Join us as we continue this journey and share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this session, don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures. Join our community on social media and share your own stories. Until next time, may your dice roll true.